Well, hello everyone. Hold on, let me fix this. Hold on. There we go. Good enough. It'll probably just go back to normal in like 1 second. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Chronicle, where I talk about my daily life, weekly goals, and the overarching plot of my life. Um, I'm back in the saddle again, kind of. Since last week was so short. Also, is that a pit stain? What the heck? That's so. Does the other one have it? Did maybe? Is that for my deodorant? I feel like that wasn't there before. Okay, that's kind of gross. Anyway, today I went to work. Work was fine. Lunch was fine. Got back from work. Ink got another cat. Um, so that's cool, I guess. His name's Void. He's about 6 weeks old, I think. And he's called that because he's a black cat. Who knows how his fur pattern will change when he's older? Because I saw a little bitty white patch on his chest. So I don't know. That could develop and become cooler. Anyway, so Ink got a new cat. So I met him today. He's pretty cool. He's got really sharp claws for being 6 weeks old. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. I had a smoothie today. I had it was my regular recipe with blueberries, frozen blueberries, but I added 8 strawberries to it, and it was almost better than the original recipe. The strawberries added almost like a fluffy texture to the smoothie, kind of like a fluffy, airy texture. So that was kind of cool. Um, the thing is that like a real strawberry flavor is not quite as good as like a fake strawberry flavor. Or maybe I just don't like the taste of strawberries that much. I did buy a bunch more berries. I meant to try them today, but as of like literally like 10 minutes ago, I changed my work schedule to go back in at 8 instead of 8:30. Now you might be thinking, Asher, why'd you do that? Well, honestly, it never really made much sense to change it in the first place. Yes, I can technically, goodness gracious, I can technically get my dream sleep schedule of like 12 to 8. The thing is that I just don't fall asleep very easily. We already knew this. So it's like, yeah, that's a thing. And also, I usually get woken up constantly by the cat in the morning, and usually at least once by Ink whenever she leaves. So it just makes more sense to stick to going in at 8. The whole 8:30 thing, not quite everything it cracked up to be. Um, but yeah, so after work, I had a smoothie. I think I played one mission, exactly one mission. Maybe it was two missions of Helldivers. And then I was practicing electric guitar, and I was like, well, I technically have to go to bed half an hour earlier now, which means I'm supposed to go to bed right now, which means I'll probably have to change the programming on my little eyes up here. But that's fine. Yeah, because they do seem to be working in working order now. I don't know what happened yesterday. They weren't on when they were supposed to be, and they didn't turn on when they were supposed to. But it seems to be working right now. I'm particularly fond of the pair that I've got up here right now. You can't quite tell because of the camera, because like those are obviously just lights. But so what I'm seeing is I don't know if you can tell. There's two colors in the eyes. The top half is yellow and the bottom half is pink, and then they're kind of like faded into each other. Um, but yeah, I don't know how that looks on camera because it's kind of hard for the camera to capture just straight up lights. And also, I've got them on the lowest brightness setting because if I turn it up, they'll just look white. Um, yeah, I'm still thinking about this. This is bothering me so much. I hope that goes away, or if that's a stain, I hope it comes out. Um, anyway, smoothie, Helldivers. I took a shower as well. Man, I guess I really didn't do too much, huh? I didn't do my dailies. Sorry. But I am hoping to do them more. I was trying to keep up with my instrument practices. I can still get 4 piano practices, but I'm probably only going to get 3 guitar practices, which is fine. Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot today. One thing of note: ramen, noodles, and eggs. Oh, I guess I'm technically overtime. That's fine. No one told me about the ramen and eggs meta. It's really good. In 16 minutes, I had 2 fried eggs and a bowl of ramen ready to go. And they were so good. I remember, you guys remember like a while back, like maybe a few weeks ago at this point, when I was at Price Chopper, I bought like 8 packs of ramen, 8 single packs of ramen, and each one was a different flavor. Um, I tried the shrimp one this time, and it was honestly pretty good. It was pretty good. I liked it. Then I also had the two fried eggs with it. I tried it by itself first because I was like, does this beat the chicken flavor? I'm imagining the chicken flavor in my head right now. I don't think it beats it. Also, I did cook ramen the conventional way, which is to say by the instructions. My old way was I would boil water using the water boiler, and then I would pour that into some ramen and then kind of mix it up that way. And the noodles would never get quite to a good texture. Um, Now, with the conventional way of stovetop, like you're supposed to, I feel like they get sort of a slimy texture, but I'm pretty sure that just means they were overcooked. I could be wrong. It was a little hard to manage the pan and the pot because the pan was cooking eggs and the pot was cooking, the ramen. Of course, not totally simultaneously, but I kind of had to manage both of them at the same time, but not really. Anyway, so I think like I've also kind of got hiccups. The noodles I think were in there for like maybe a minute too long, and I could tell by looking at them like, oh, they've got that slightly slimy texture, which I don't really like. But honestly, it's okay. Anyway, so I had the shrimp ramen with two fried eggs. And do you ever have food so good it makes you believe in God? Like you eat it and you're like, mm, yeah, yeah, God's real, by the way. Like, thank God for this food. This is so good. Like, this food is divine. Like, that's how good it is. And like I said, it was literally just ramen and a couple fried eggs. But, the ramen was good. I cooked it stovetop. I cooked it how I wanted to because I didn't follow the instructions to a T. Because I think if you follow them to a T, you put the flavor packet in there while the water's still in there. All the water. What I did is I drained most of the water and then I poured it into my bowl with the noodles and the flavor pack and mix it up. That way you get more of the flavor. So that was better. And also I cooked the fried eggs with bacon grease, which makes them better. So all that combined, I was like, wow, yeah, this is amazing. It's literally just ramen and eggs, but it is amazing. I loved it. So I'm excited to try the next flavors that I've got. Off the top of my head, I know I've got like beef, chicken. I think one of them was creamy chicken, and then soy sauce. That's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'll probably talk about them as they come up. Yeah, so I think hopefully tomorrow I will try all those berries. I've got raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. I bought them fresh on Sunday. So tomorrow's Tuesday. So I think I'll show up tomorrow with all of those on a plate, and I'll give them all a good try, and we'll see if they're good. I have tried strawberries before, and blackberries, not blueberries or raspberries though. Did I say raspberries? I feel like I haven't. I don't know if I've said that at this point, but yeah, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries is what I've got. So I'll be trying those tomorrow, and hopefully I won't look like a total fool, cringing while I eat berries. I thought about buying grapes just so I can prove that I don't look like a total idiot while eating all kinds of berries. I don't know if grapes count as berries, but like it's like I don't know. Yeah, I was all weird because I was trying new things, so I was like, ugh, that's a weird thing. I know I thoroughly explained it in the heat of the moment. Anyway, I think that's all for today. I'm trying to think because I'd be forgetting for real. Um, yeah, I think that's everything. Those ramen and eggs were really good, man. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, Tuesday. Is my door locked? Why is my door locked? Oh, I think I did that on accident. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to Tuesday. Today after work, I took a shower, had a smoothie, played Minecraft for a couple hours with my coworker, and that's it. Also, one thing, my beard, I feel like ever since I trimmed it, last time I trimmed it, I feel like it looks worse somehow. Now, usually when I trim my beard, I go down to a 2. This time I tried 1.5, and I feel like it just looks kind of frayed. Like frayed and uneven. Um, I don't really know why, but I assume just once it grows out, I'll check it back down to a 2, and then it'll look good. Anyway, so yeah, that was everything today. Straight up. I still do have 20 minutes left in my day, technically. Normally I would have a bit more, but, I changed my schedule. Um, so yeah, anyway, today, guys, check this out. We have a little plate of mixed berries. We have 3 strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Also, my tummy was kind of hurting earlier after that smoothie, so I don't know if this is a great idea, but we're gonna try it. I'm kind of hungry. I also got the Cool Whip, I got the well the sorry the whipped topping, um, in case they're totally bad. I would assume they're not totally bad. They're just berries. So let's start with a blackberry. I did wash all these too. That's why they look kind of shiny. Wow, they look so beautiful on camera. Let's start with the blackberry. So I did blackberries again because my little sister saw the last video where I was cringing while eating blackberries, and she was like, "Blackberries are supposed to be sweet," and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, well, one, I can't taste, and two, they might have been bad or like overripe. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm so scared of this. Anyway, so this is a blackberry fresher than last time, hopefully. Here we go. Hmm. Whoa. Okay. Goodness. Yeah, it's about remember it. It is a bit better. I'm not tasting any sweetness. It's got a bitter aftertaste. Maybe a little bit of sweetness. Maybe we should try again. Yeah. It's so soft, actually. Hmm. I guess the current taste when when it's in your mouth is a little sweet, but better aftertaste. It's yeah, it's so soft and that kind of like trips me up. Because like I'm used to like chewing my closing my jaw all the way when I chew. Going like all the way down to my teeth and my teeth. But there's something like crunchy. There's something hard in the blackberry. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like the core. What I noticed is that with the raspberries, raspberries are like hollowed out. Like they got a little thing there. Anyway, let's dunk this boy in some Cool Whip so that he goes down easier. There we go. Oh. Mm, mm, splendid. Okay, so next let's go for strawberries because I have had strawberries before technically. Let's go for blueberries. So blueberries, I assume, will be the most. They could potentially be the most like texture nightmare because they would pop. I think. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. These one looks kind of big. Um, Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the little part at the top, I'm like, can you eat that? No, yes. There's no way you can't eat that. That's just part of the berry. So blueberry. Here we go. Whoa. Okay. mm. Whoa. Okay. This is not at all what I expected. Um, it is. It does have kind of a fleshy, consistent texture, as was with the previous berries. Um, but it's like it is still very soft. The flavor is actually quite good. If I'm being honest, let me try another. Like that was like not bad. Yeah, I do still get anxiety around eating new food, even if it is as little as berries. So like, and that fear somehow goes down to my stomach, which makes it feel kind of bad. Um, but like that was actually those blueberries were actually quite good. Yeah, like my stomach is like that's actually good. Let's eat more of that. Um, like it's not like with the blackberries there was some hesitation every time because I was like, oh, I don't know if I quite like this. But the blueberries, it's like I we should just shovel those into our mouth. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I mean, part of me, my brain is like, whoa, calm down. We just did this twice. You can't give it a second. And my stomach is like, no, bro, this stuff's good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I actually like that texture a lot more than the blackberries. It felt more consistent. There was no weird crunchy thing. Um, Now let's go for raspberries. I am a little like I was so relieved like in an instant from the blueberries, and now the anxiety is back for the raspberries. Give it a smell. Yeah, it doesn't smell great. I also yeah I've got a few here. You can see them. Yeah, right here. So I mean they look good, kind of. Some they look a little dark in spots. Yeah. Uh, Goodness gracious. Well, I guess we have to. I remember I did get a very slight urge to vomit when I swallowed that kiwi that one time. And I'm like totally mortified that I'm just gonna like throw up on camera. I definitely won't. I definitely won't. Don't worry. And if I do, like if you're watching this, that means that I didn't throw up on camera because I wouldn't leave that in the video. Um, but anyway, here's a raspberry. Here's a raspberry. I assume this could also be very terrible texturally because it would be like a bunch of little things popping, right? But it could be fleshy, just like the rest of the stuff I've been having. So, raspberry. Whoa. Whoa. Wait. Whoa. Okay. That was incredibly soft. That was incredibly soft. There was like hardly any resistance. Um, was that just like a really ripe one? Let's try again. Oh my gosh. It's like nothing. That's crazy. Um, a little bit of sourness, some sweetness for sure, lots of flavor, which I'm a little surprised by. You may not be surprised by it, assuming you can taste well. But as someone who can't very taste well, as someone who can't taste very well, I'm surprised at the amount of flavor I'm getting out of these berries. Like I said, the blackberry. What did I have? The blackberry and the kiwi. I was like not getting a whole lot of flavor, but with the blueberry and the raspberry, I'm like, whoa, that's flavor. Um, and again, I definitely want to eat this third one. While my stomach is like, bro, chill out. Also, actually, I did get one of my lab results back today. It was the thyroid one because remember how I said my T3 levels were higher than usual, the higher than the normal range, but that doesn't do much because we don't have any like past references. Um, so they did the test again. They got it back. The T3 levels were actually normal. Like, of course, since they were higher than usual, they were only like 1 point within normal, but they were still normal. I don't know what that means, and I'm still waiting for that other test that they did. Anyway, we gotta down this third raspberry. Let's dunk it in the sauce, and by the sauce I mean the Cool Whip. Yeah, okay. Maybe let's go hella sauce. There we go. Mm. My brain is telling me to swallow it as soon as possible because I'm like getting so freaked out by the texture. And with those raspberries, and even those blueberries too, you can swallow them really quickly. Like they're so soft that it's like you can kind of just. I was like half chewing. I was partially just mushing them against my teeth with my tongue, because that was less of a sensory nightmare for my autistic brain. Um, and then after doing that like once or twice, my brain's like, "Yep, swallow, good to go." And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, like it is." Um, Now we've got the strawberries. Now, part of me is like, this is the easiest part, and part of me is like, this is the hardest part. I've had strawberries before. I remember them being sour. I remember taking a bite of them as a kid, and I was so used to strawberry flavoring that I was like, oh, these are gonna be sweet, right? Um, and then they were sour. I gotta take a deep breath. Um, so I assume these are gonna be sour. I've got a few. I tried getting like different sizes, and looks. This one's kind of darker. I did find like, was this the one that had the bird feather? There was one with a little tiny bird feather on it. I think it was this one. Let's go for this medium sized one here. I think. So I took the little green parts off. You can probably eat those, but I feel like that's kind of like the worst part. You know, it's like the very bottom of the celery. It's like you don't like you can probably eat that. Like you don't want to. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure I know exactly how this is texturally. So let's go for this medium one here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It is a bit sour. There's a little bit of pucker in there. Um, it doesn't taste very good. That's kind of been like a theme with these berries and the kiwi, is I'm not really getting like there's flavors, but there's also like it's not one single note of good flavor. It's not just raspberry flavor. It's like there's nuances to the flavor. You know what I'm saying? And those nuances are bad. Um, Now, it is worth noting, right? I cannot taste very well. One interesting thing that happened is that Coke and Pepsi, most colas, actually it might just be Coke and Pepsi, they taste like how cat litter smells to me, and it's been like that ever since I got COVID. Like Coke and Pepsi just do not taste the same. Like I said, they taste like how cat litter smells. They went from being good to being like this literally just tastes bad now. And I think that's what's going on with these berries is that I'm sure they taste good to the normal person, but to my messed up sense of taste, let's take a bite out of this one. It's in my teeth. No. Curse my tooth gap. It's in there. I can feel it. Ah. Oh, it's stuck in there. Good, huh? Yeah. It's not great, if I'm being honest. Um, like it's okay. Let's try. Let's try this big one. Wait, is that? No, that's a paper towel residue. I was gonna say, is that another bird feather? Let's take a bite of the end of this big one. Hmm. Okay. Surprisingly different, but it still doesn't taste good. It kind of tastes like how leaves smell. Just leaves. Like I think like oak leaves. Like imagine taking a green oak leaf right off the tree and smelling it. That's how it tastes. I don't even know if I wanna go for this third one. Yeah, I mean I did finish all the other ones, but these are quite big. And also there's kind of the green part I don't want to eat. Let's get just the end of this kind of smallish one here. Deep breath. Ooh, sour. Mm, mm, mm. It's popping. Um, yeah, that's about what I expected. Mm. Let's try giving it some sauce. Sauce it up real quick. Sauce it up real good. Yeah, the automatic response that my mouth is doing is chew it, saliva, package it up, send it. Just get it out of here. This is terrible. Is my automatic response. Um, but you know, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Like now my brain is like, okay, let's do that with the rest of the berries because it wasn't that bad. I don't know how to do it with this one because I can't get a good like a kind of grip on it. Like how am I supposed to Achilles heel this thing? You know, it's like yeah, we'll just try it. Scoop, scoop the sauce, perfect, and then ugh. Yeah, it literally just doesn't taste good if I'm being honest. And again, that's something I've been thinking about. And I know my dad asked this question, um, like in the break room. I don't know if he was asking it because he was thinking of me asking it. But like, yeah, what determines what we like and what we don't like? Like, how is it that I don't like strawberries and you like strawberries? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Um, Now, if you told me, if I had a good sense of taste, if I had a sense of taste that worked, and you told me this is how these berries taste, I would be like, that's not good. I don't want to eat those, right? Um, but now I'm just curious as to what they taste like to normal people. I don't know. Should I take a bite out of this big one? I could take like one more bite out of this big one, but it's got this weird kind of dark spot on it. You see that? Right there? Goodness gracious, bless me. Um, yeah, so I think we'll set those aside. Um, and I think that's all for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. I've got my retainers in because I've got to go to bed because I played Minecraft for like half an hour too long, and I kind of cooked my evening. Anyway, today after work, I got Subway. It was very good. I love Subway. I love sub sandwiches in general. And I went straight to Powdy's for scheduled time. We went on a walk for like an hour and a half, I think. It was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to play outside for like the past 2 weeks, but people were busy every time I asked them, so that kind of sucked. So I was super glad because I think we were gonna play Splatoon or something, but then she texted me while I was at work and was like, "Do you want to play outside today?" And I was like, "Heck yeah!" So we just went on a walk for like an hour and a half, and it was I heard the cat make noise. So we just went on a walk for like an hour and a half, and it was really fun. And then after that, I came here, and then I had my coworker. She was like, "Let's play Minecraft," and I was like, "Okay." Only for a little bit, and then I was gonna play for like an hour, and then play for like an hour and a half, and I was like, "Crap!" Well, now I have to shower, and shower also takes me like half an hour. I don't know why. I don't know how. I think I'm just cursed. Every time I shower, it takes half an hour. You know, it's true because it rhymes. Um, and then I was also kind of hungry. I was hungry after I got home from Pouties. So I had the rest of my Subway sandwich, but I was still hungry, so I had a PB&J and I had some chips. Um, and then that's about now I'm here pretty much. I haven't even like made my bed. That's how kind of little I've been home today. Is what it feels like. Yeah, because I guess I didn't get home until like 8:30. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and that's everything for today. Also, I got my test results back. Remember when I said I was going to submit a stool sample? I did. There was there was traces of blood found in the stool sample, and I'm like, uh-oh. It could mean many things. The medical process, it's very slow, which is good because usually it's very certain. That's why it's so slow. So I may or may not be getting a colonoscopy or an endoscopy or something like that. Um, yep. Shout out to my younger sister who was like, "You should get a colonoscopy," and I was like, "I won't do that unless I have to." I might have to. I've got a consultation scheduled for the 2nd of June. That was the soonest they could get me in, which is kind of crazy because, like, that's literally next month. Um, so I guess, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm still waiting on one more test result that they did. I would assume that comes back negative. I mean, most everything else has, except for the blood in my stool sample. Uh. Anyway, I believe it's everything for today, and I'll see you all tomorrow, Thursday. Hello everyone and welcome to Saturday. Is my mic even on? OBS, my recording software, got an update and it changed how things look and I don't like it. Anyway, welcome back to the Chronicle. Welcome to Saturday. There is no Friday. I'll tell you why on Sunday, as is routine. For today, what's today? Wait, no. Today's not Saturday. Today's Friday. Right? Yeah, today's actually Friday. Okay, so that means there is no Thursday. Um, yeah, there is no Thursday. Today's Friday. And I'll tell you why there's no Thursday on Sunday. Okay, so today I slept. I slept. Not very good, evidently, because I was super tired. I was craving a nap. Unfortunately, my brain has this weird problem where I'm just fundamentally against the idea of napping. So whenever I think about napping, my brain's like, no, 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 no. No. Why? No. But why? No. Mainly it's because my brain is like, daytime? No sleeping. No sleeping during the daytime. We need to be awake. Anyway, that's why I have trouble napping. But I definitely had the opportunity to during like lunch and lunch. And then like even after that, like between lunch and like whatever. Anyway, work was fine. I was a little tired, like I said. We finished up later than usual for our Friday, but I guess we were short a person or maybe two. Um, yeah, so work was fine. Then after that, I came back, left work technically early at like 3 o'clock or something. Came back, helped Ink fix her car. I was mostly there for moral support, kind of staring at her shoes as she worked under the car, and I would hand her tools. I did help a little bit. Also, it was raining, so that was kind of annoying. But I helped, and she got her thing fixed. Can't remember which thing she fixed, but she fixed a thing. Um, so that's good. I did have to drive her today, which is why we left early, because she was gonna fix the thing yesterday, and then her boyfriend kind of like stormed out on her while they were still working on the car, so she couldn't finish the thing with the car. And of course, it's you can't drive the car while it's in the middle of repairs, like being repaired. Um, yeah, so her boyfriend stormed off like mid repair, and then so we had to finish that today. Um, all that to say, I left work early and then helped Inks fix her car, and then after that took a shower and then went to Legends, the Cold Stone Creamery in Legends, for Mother's Day with stepmom and then dad, and hold on, and yeah, stepmom and dad, and then also most of my siblings. Older brother was not there because I guess his girlfriend is more important than his stepmom. I don't know. Low key, that's kind of what it sounds like because he wasn't there. Um, yeah, so I had that. Then I came back here, and what did I do once I got back? Not much. I said hi to the kitties. Cats, kittens, kitties, whatever. The cats are getting more acclimated to each other, which is very, very good. Because when we first introduced Arcane, the bigger cat, to Void, the new kitten, she hated him. Like, she would hiss at him, bat at him, right? Try and beat the crap out of him. But they're getting better. Like, they're actually, like, it's only been a few days, which is kind of miraculous how quickly that's happened. How quickly they've come to like each other. Because, like I said, she would, like, hiss at him on sight, and now she's, like, licking him, like she's licking him, like, grooming him, like cats do. Um, and they're, like, play fighting. And I had to make sure, I was like, how do I know if they're play fighting or regular fighting? And I looked it up, and it was, like, regular fighting. You can tell their claws are more extended and they're usually hissing and they've got the ears that are back and they're usually very stiff. Versus play fighting, they're not like screaming at each other quite as much. Like I said, she would hiss at him uh, when they first met, which is how you know that it's regular fighting and not play fighting. But with play fighting, they're kind of just like batting and pawing at each other. And then she'll lay off him every now and then. Like they'll be like tumbling and tussling, and then she'll like kind of make sure he's okay. And then like sometimes he'll scream because he's like a little baby kitten, right? He's like 6 weeks or whatever. So sometimes he'll scream a little bit, and then she'll usually back off and be like, "Oh." But yeah, now I'm pretty sure they're actually curled up on a beanbag chair in the living room right now. That's where I last saw them. Yeah, so like they're even like sleeping like next to each other, which is pretty cool. So good to see they like each other. Anyway, can't remember how I got on that tangent. Oh yeah, because I got home from Cold Stone Creamery, said hi to the kittens, and I was gonna make dinner, but I was too tired. And well, actually, so I wanted to make either like a smoothie or steak, but smoothie I kind of just didn't feel like because it was like 10 p.m. I was like, I don't want to make that much noise at 10 p.m. That feels weird. Um, and I just wasn't really like feeling it. I was like, well, I kind of want a steak. The thing is, steaks like they smoke up the house like crazy. And I specifically bought avocado oil because that has a very high smoke point. But still, whenever I make a steak, it seems to make the house all smoky. Um, and I did get a splatter screen, so maybe that could help. I've only used that once so far, so that might not be an issue going forward. Hopefully, it's not. Um, but I didn't make steak because I don't want to smoke up the house. And also, that's like a lot of prep. Like I said, I was tired. I am tired. Right now, I'm tired. Um, I was like, okay, I'll make dogs and mac. Can't do that because the pot's dirty, and I was too tired to ask Ink to clean it because she was sitting peacefully out on the front porch or on the back porch smoking a cigarette. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just have snacks. So I just had snacks, and then I had one cigarette out there with Ink. We had a nice chit chat about life and stuff. And now I'm here. Like I said, I am very tired, but I know that there's a non-zero chance this is a very common human experience where you're so tired all day, and then you go to bed and suddenly you're not tired, and I'm like, this is a scam. Yeah, I didn't sleep good because the cat woke me up. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I think I did. I thought about it. I don't know if I did, but I think I did. Yeah, I did end up falling asleep last night, kind of like unexpected. I remember like the lights were on. I was like, can I fall asleep right here with the lights on? I was laying on the covers, not under the covers. I was just laying down with the cat on me. I was like, can I actually fall asleep here? And then I did. And then when I woke up, the cat was not on me. And then, and then I think I like closed the door to my room and turned the lights off, and then I went to bed for real. And then I woke up to the cat meowing, and then she was clawing on my guitar case, so I threw her out of my room, and then I went back to sleep. But I guess, breaking my sleep cycle perfectly in half kind of just like tanked my energy for today. Um, but yeah, Cold Stone with family was quite good. I got cotton candy with Oreo pieces. Very, very good. I have like super, super, super incredibly, probably like disproportionately fond memories of Cold Stone Creamery because one time I won a local Smash Bros tournament for the Wii with my younger brother. I actually fought him and won way back when we were kids. I think the thing is, to be fair, I don't think he was playing his main. I believe I was playing Kirby and he was playing Ike. I don't know if Ike was his main in Smash Bros at the time. I don't think it was, but I'm not 100% sure because that's way back. Um, yeah, anyway. But yeah, so I won a local Smash Bros tournament with my older brother. Um, and then I got a gift card to Cold Stone Creamery. And I got a waffle cone, which is, they're pretty big. A waffle cone dipped in chocolate with sprinkles on it. And I got cotton candy uh, and Oreos mixed in. And I don't think there was a second topping. But I got that. I pretty much won that essentially because I won the gift card, and then me and my dad went to Cold Stone Creamery, and then I got that, and it was the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. Up until that point. So yeah, now I love Cold Stone Creamery now just because of that. So yeah, it's always nice going there. And I believe that's everything for today. I didn't even realize I'm over time. But yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow, Saturday. Hopefully, I don't sleep for 10 hours. I was talking to Ink about how I want to not sleep for 10 hours every weekend morning. But we'll see how it goes. I fairly firmly believe that if I'm sleeping for 10 hours, it's because my body needs it. I would hope and assume that my body's not just oversleeping for no reason. That would be pretty annoying. Um, but yeah, because what was it like? I think like last weekend, I drank like on a Friday or Saturday night, and then woke up like almost exactly 8 hours after, and I was like, "Whoa, cool." I think that was last weekend. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see you all tomorrow, Saturday. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday, final day of the report. So, I once again um, didn't do the goal that I wanted to do, which was the guitar catch up. And I don't really know why. It kind of just didn't happen. I guess I just wasn't thinking about it maybe as much as I should have been. Like I was kind of thinking about it every day, but yeah, I guess not as much as I should have been. That's why originally the goals over there, they were on my wall next to my door, like right above the light switch, because I wanted to put them in a place where I could see them all of the time, at all times. But like I'm not really looking. Whoops, no, hold on, not really looking back there much. Um, but yeah, not to say it's any fault of the design, but yeah, it's kind of like I keep looking. And I'm like, what? Why didn't past me do it? Why didn't he do it? I am past me. I was past me. I should have done it. But yeah, so sorry. And this is like another. I've been thinking about like I kind of wish that there were consequences for not doing it, but like the only consequences is I have to come here and say it, and I feel a little bit bad. But like it's not even that bad because that goal's been up there for like a millennia. You know what I'm saying? But so we're gonna try again next week, which would be the third time that we have officially tried just focusing on just this one to do it. Um, I don't know. It's just life doesn't go as planned all the time. Um, yeah, sometimes it's life, sometimes it's me. I feel like most of the times it's probably just me. Because, like I said, I was thinking about it. It's just that I never really got around to it. Anyway, I guess we'll start with today's events. Or should we go for the goals first? Well, I mean, there's not really much to talk about the goals. They're all on pause, except for the guitar catch up, which gets a fail, or a little X on it, because I didn't do it. The dailies, didn't do those either. Whoops. I'll try again next week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and focus. I'm gonna get all of them cleared off there one at a time, hopefully week by week. Um, and then I'll make new ones. So that's the goals. Today's events. I woke up. Oh yeah, there is no Saturday also, and I'll tell you why once I get there in the journal. There is no Saturday. I woke up late, way late, and then me and Ink made French toast. Wasn't too bad. And then after that, I think I played Helldivers. Yeah, we woke up late at like 11. which I know I've said I sleep for like 10 hours and blah blah blah. My body needs it. I think I only slept for 8 actually. It's just that I stayed up until 3 a.m. And like I said, I'll get to that later. Also, I feel like I need some water because I feel like my voice sounds weird. So, stayed up late, woke up late, French toast, played some games, practiced piano, went to dinner with mom and younger sister. Younger brother was supposed to be there too, but he bailed. It's also Mother's Day, coincidentally, right? Right? Yeah, pretty sure. Today's Mother's Day. So shout out mom, thank you mom, love you mom, and shout out to all the moms, happy Mother's Day, something like that, whatever, I don't know. I remember last year I did this and I titled the video coincidentally Mother's Day, and it was the same with Father's Day, but it's kind of not a coincidence because it's like those days, those holidays are always put on Sundays, and I was like, well, should I? Does this mean that I have to title the video coincidentally Mother's Day 2026? No, I already have a title for this. Hold on. Let me double check my journal. I already have a title for this video. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Um, which I think is kind of funny. Okay, yeah. So then I played a little bit of Helldivers, practiced piano, and then I went to dinner's day, Mother's Day dinner, kind of. It was at like 4:30, with mom and younger sister. That was good. We went to Nick and Jake's. I had a steak there. The steak was underwhelming, if I'm being honest. It is worth noting, I cannot taste very well, but it was steak, and it tasted like beef. And I know that sounds really stupid to say because steak is beef, but it kind of tasted like a burger, like beef like a burger. And I was like, I didn't like it. It's not that I didn't like it, it's that I didn't like that it tasted like beef. Like when I make a steak at home, it tastes like steak. I feel like that's a distinct flavor. The flavor of steak is different from the flavor of beef, like a burger patty. But the steak kind of tasted like a grilled burger patty. And I was like, that's not particularly good. I ordered the 12 ounce, I think it was Kansas City strip steak, when I ordered it medium. And I mean, like, the texture was great. The flavor was like a grilled burger. So like it was kind of, I mean, like, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it's just like I didn't like that it tasted like a grilled burger. And I got French fries on the side as well. But yeah, so that was good, kind of mostly. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but it's like it was a steak that tasted like a burger, so it was just kind of weird. Um, After that, I went to Academy Sports and Outdoors. If you look behind me, you can see this yellow box right here. That is a resistance band, and then right here as well, I've got a yoga mat. It says, I think, like 6 millimeters extra thick. And I was like, okay, I didn't know 6 millimeters was extra thick. But that's what it says. And I got that because I didn't go to the gym today. Like I said, I woke up late, which means I lost a lot of time in my day. And I was talking to Ink earlier in the week about how I want to wake up earlier on the weekends. It's just usually stuff happens. And I'll get to that stuff later. Um, but yeah, so I didn't go to the gym, but I was like, I want to work out more, but I don't want to actually go to the gym more in the sense I don't want to drive there, go through the city. I want to work out more, but I don't want to go to the gym more. So I'm going to work out elsewhere more. And that's why I got the resistance band. It says it's 40 to 80 pounds, which is good. Because one thing I was concerned about is I was like, the thing about weights is if you buy a 40-pound dumbbell and you bicep curl that dumbbell every day, eventually that's going to become easy, and then you'll have to buy a heavier dumbbell. But the thing is, this has a weight range. I don't know how that exactly works. Maybe you just like fold the band and then you would use it. Um, but that has a range of 40 to 80 pounds. So that's good. That means I should be able to use it for a bit longer before needing to buy a stronger one or a heavier one, technically. I don't know. However it works, because, it's a band, technically. And obviously, like, I'm not gonna immediately become so strong that I'm gonna be, curling 80 pounds, no problem. But it's just, I was thinking long term. Anyway, so I got the resistance band and I got the yoga mat, so now I could work out possibly outside as well, which would be nice. Because, like, for my workout, it requires very minimal equipment. Like, I think if I just had a tree, if I have my mat and a tree, I can do my whole workout. Um, and especially if that tree had like a branch that was like this, that way I could like do pull-ups or something on it, or hiccup, attach the resistance band there to it. I could do like so many things, which is the goal. It's all about efficiency. I want to work out more. Do want to go to the gym more. Work out outside the gym more. therefore still working out more. So yeah, after the dinner, went to the academy, sports and outdoors to get those. And then I went home to grab my laundry real quick because I had to do laundry. Again, I wanted to do that today earlier, but I woke up late. But I did get it done. It's all folded on and it's all good. I didn't get to shower. Now it is 10:52, so I do technically have time to shower. I could always just stay up a little later. Because like I said, I did sleep for 8 hours, so that's like kind of good. So I could probably lose a little bit of sleep. And then was it speaking of sleep? I feel like I slept really, really good this week up until like Thursday or Friday. Yeah, like I feel like I started off the week really good with sleep. And coincidentally, I don't think I even took melatonin actually this week. I think I kind of like forgot. Because usually that's what I do. Every Sunday I'll take a melatonin to try and help restart my sleep schedule. But yeah, I slept really good this week until like I think it was Thursday or Friday. Um, yeah, because yeah, I think it was Friday. Do I have an entry for Friday? I don't. I think I do. Yeah. Uh, yes. Okay, so I have an entry for Friday. But yeah, I think it was Friday. Or it could have been Thursday. Like I said, it was definitely Thursday or Friday. I'm trying to figure out the exact day. Did I talk about it? Oh wait, is there no? Oh, there's no entry for Thursday. What happened on Thursday? Maybe it was Thursday then, or so between Wednesday and Thursday. Then it would have been like Wednesday night that I slept like crap, and it was because the cat woke me up like halfway through the night, which split my sleep cycle in two. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm remembering that I think I did talk about that already. Anyway, yeah, so I slept really good up until like one day, which is usually how it goes, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so after the academy, got the resistance bands, came back, grabbed my laundry, went to dad's, did my laundry. I saw a movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's about Nicolas Cage. It's like a movie, it's kind of like a mock movie. It's like real, but it's not real. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. It was pretty good. It wasn't like super entertaining, but I liked it. Better than bad. And I believe that's about where we are now. Like I said, it's 10:54. I need to make lunch for tomorrow. Oh, I also didn't go grocery shopping. Uh-oh, that's fine. I mean, I'll probably just have a sandwich for lunch tomorrow, and then I'll have a different protein bar instead of the one that I usually have. But other than that, oh, yawn. It should be mostly the same, and I can just go tomorrow. Um, yeah, I believe that's everything for today. And now it's time to get into the journal. I believe. Double checking what happened today. Yeah. Monday. 5-4. Yeah. After work today, I met Ink's new cat, had a smoothie with fresh strawberries, and had ramen with fried eggs. I also had a drink and a smoke with Ink and her boyfriend. And then the quote is back in the saddle, I guess, and I can't remember why I wrote that, if I'm being quite honest. Um, but yeah, that was Monday. I remember having that smoothie. I remember the nice fluffy texture from the fresh strawberries. It was pretty good. I don't know. Like I said, it's really close on whether it was better or not than my original recipe. I feel like it was just different. Not better, but different. Which is sometimes nice. Variety. Um, yeah, that's about. I remember. Yeah, those ramen in those fried eggs. That was really really good. Let me make sure I'm on the right week. Pretty sure I am. Yeah. Okay. Tuesday. After work today, I had a smoothie with chocolate protein powder, and it actually wasn't too bad, but I got a tummy ache after I had it. After that, me and a coworker played Minecraft, and I tried a few berries for the first time. And then the quote at the end there is, I also took a stool sample. I believe I talked about that last week, but that was the day I took the stool sample, was Tuesday. Yeah, not much to say there. I did try those berries. They were pretty good. Like I said, I don't think I like berries, but it's also worth noting. I know I say it every time, but it is very important to remember. I can't taste very well. And like I said, Coke like literally just doesn't taste the same. Coke and Pepsi don't taste the same. They taste worse. Like so it's like not only is my taste like weaker, it's sort of been like warped or like changed to where some things that were good now taste bad, right? And I want to say vice versa, but I can't think of anything that I started eating after I lost my taste that I didn't eat before I lost my taste. Um, yeah, and I know what went wrong. I didn't do my guitar catch up Tuesday because I played Minecraft for too long. Uh, oh yeah, Ink got a new cat, I believe. I must have talked about that. earlier in the week, right? Right? Right. Pretty sure. Wednesday, after work, I went on a walk with Pouty for scheduled time. Yeah, and a walk on. Holy crap. I went on a walk for an hour and a half with Pouty for scheduled time. There we go. That's what's written here. I also played Minecraft with coworker after that, and then oh yeah, so I believe I talked about this already. They found blood in the stool sample, which could mean that I have a GI bleed or other problem. So that's bad, but it's good to hear because to me that means that it could be a physical problem, which is much easier to solve than a mental problem. As far as I'm aware, I guess it depends on the severity of what it is and like each problem or whatever. But to me, I'd rather have a physical problem than a mental problem because physical problems are usually much easier to treat. Um, but yeah, so it was Tuesday. I submitted the sample. Wednesday, I got the results back, and they were like, "Yep, there's blood. The sample tested positive for blood in the stool." And then I got referred to like some other facility. I remember getting a call that day. It was, "Hey, is this Asher?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, this is something something from something medical institute. Gonna get you an appointment. Got a referral." And I was like, "Who is that referral from?" And then the lady's like, "Oh, it's your doctor's name from the place that you go to the doctors." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good." She's like, "Okay, so we're just gonna get you down for a consultation on. I think the appointment is June 2nd. I think that's a Tuesday. Yeah, June 2nd, Tuesday at like I think like 9 a.m. Um, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sounds good." And she's like, "And it's just a consultation, by the way, so you can eat and drink as usual." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." I have no idea what's going on, by the way. No idea, like literally no idea at all. Completely blindsided by this phone call. I was thinking about not answering it, but I'm glad that I did. And yeah, so that was the place where I'm probably gonna get a colonoscopy, or I think they said like upper GI endoscopy. I don't know. That's probably gonna happen, and as much as I don't want to do it, it's good for me, you know. And also like, I think like one thing I was thinking, I was like obviously I'm not super comfortable talking about the fact that I may or may not get a colonoscopy, but it's like I think it's good to do that online because then it destigmatizes the like just health conditions or just like procedures and stuff that people have to have. Um, so that's why I'm bringing it up, and also it's like my life. It's something that's gonna happen, and because how I don't know how I would explain if this does lead to solving the stomach problem, like how would I explain how the stomach problem got solved without talking about the procedures or whatever that led to solving and the appointments and stuff. Um, so yeah, so I've got a consultation on Tuesday. I can eat and drink as usual, and I was totally confused. I was like, "What on earth is going on here?" I didn't say that on the phone. I came back home and checked my email, and then that's when I saw that the sample tested positive for blood. I was like, "Okay, well that's not good." But I'm glad to hear that because again, I think that could be a physical problem, which it's like I don't know how you would solve a GI bleed. I don't think it would need surgery. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. But we're gonna find out. By we, I mean me. Whenever I may or may not get a colonoscopy. Um, that could be fun. I hope that's covered by insurance. I remember the ultrasound was partially covered by insurance. I think it costed like. I remember it costing like 300, but I know I talked about it on the Chronicle before. I don't know if anyone remembers, but I did get the bill eventually. I think it was only like 150 for the ultrasound with insurance. So could be covered by insurance. That could be good. Yeah, there's no entry for Thursday. It skips to Friday. I'm trying to remember what happened on Thursday. Okay, I think I'm remembering. I think Thursday was the day. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, now I'm remembering. It was Thursday. Thursday was the day when I was like, is it possible for me to just fall asleep with the lights on right now with the cat on top of me? And it was. I did end up getting woken up, like I said, halfway through the night, and then I slept like crap that day. Well, I guess I didn't sleep like crap, but I felt like crap because my sleep cycle got cut in half. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm on Thursday. Probably just work, lessons. I can't think of anything else notable that would have happened. Um, Also, my hair. I need to cut my hair. Don't know why or what or how, but I want to cut it because I don't really like how it looks right now. Maybe I just need to let it grow out. Maybe I need to wear a hat. I don't know. Yeah, see, stop doing that. Look normal. Look good. Gosh darn it. Ugh. I don't know if it's long enough for a ponytail. I kind of want to put in a ponytail. Friday. Today after work, I helped Ink with her car and what? With her car, had ice cream with family, and that's about it. And the quote is, so sleepy, will I sleep? Because I believe I made the entry for Friday where I was like, it's really late and I'm tired, but let's see if I fall asleep. I'm pretty sure I did. Slept plenty good. Yeah, so on Friday, stuff happened. I did help Ink with her car after work, but that's because what happened was I came home from work, and Ink and her boyfriend were working on her car. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I go inside, I make food. Um, Hold on, wait, am I getting this mixed up with another day? No, I believe it was Friday. Yeah. Um, yeah, it was. Okay. So I go inside. Man, I'm trying to remember the exact. Oh, I remember what happened now. Oh, I remember what happened now. Okay, hold on. Okay. I am getting a little mixed up. Thursday. Thursday. Okay, so it was Thursday. I came home from work. Ooh, I'm trying to remember the exact. I'm trying to get it perfectly right. I'm trying to get it perfectly right in my head. What happened? The events. Thursday, Friday. Yeah, because there's no entry for Thursday. So I helped Ink with her car and had ice cream with family. I remember Friday, that was Mother's Day with stepmom. Um, so we got Cold Stone Creamery. I know I talked about that. Helped Ink with her car. Yeah, there's no entry for Thursday. Okay, so I think what happened Thursday was. No, because didn't I say I helped her with her car earlier in the week? No, okay, yeah. So Thursday, let me try and get this right. Thursday, I got home from work, and Ink was with her boyfriend working on her car, and I go inside. I'm about to play Helldivers, and then Ink like shyly pushes open my door. She's kind of like this. She's kind of looking down. She's kind of like sniffling, like she was crying. And at this point, I'm literally about to launch into a mission of Helldivers, but I press escape to like ready to quit the game, and I do this. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And then she's like sniffling. She's like, and then I think essentially her boyfriend, she had some kind of fight with her boyfriend real quick, and then he left in the middle of helping her fix her car. So now she doesn't have the tool to fix her car, and her car needs to be fixed. So we go to Walmart. She buys some tools, and then we try again. She couldn't quite get. There was this one bolt that was on there really tight, but she couldn't get it off, and I couldn't get it off either. So then I took her to work Friday, and that's where after we came back from work, and I helped her fix her car, and then we got that worked out. But yeah, she got in a fight with her boyfriend in the middle of fixing her car, and then he stormed off and drove away. And then that's not why I had to take her to work on Friday, and then after work I helped her fix her car. That's how it happened. Yeah, all that to say that. Saturday. Let me try to remember Saturday's event. Oh yeah, I've got several words here. It says art, bike, parkour, like my friend parkour, ink, like my friend ink, drink, smoke, Roblox, sleepover, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So yeah, so Saturday I started a little art project for myself. It's still in progress. I'll show it to you when it's done. Um, I think I did. Did I wake up late on Saturday? Probably. I think I did. Yeah, I slept for like 10 hours again. I know there's no video entry for Saturday yesterday. But yeah, so I started a little art project. Show it to you when it's done. I went on a bike ride. I did my usual route, and I got a good time. It felt harder than usual, um, but I made it out okay. I did try fitting my bike in my car again. It didn't really fit. Little bit of a bummer. But then again, it's like it's currently stored at. Long story short, it's stored at Surfer Girl's mom's house, and I feel like I've probably explained why it's there previously on the Chronicle. So I won't go over the whole story of why it's there. But it is there, and whenever I do want to go on a bike ride, I always want to go on that one trail, and also that area like is just great for biking. So it's like if my bike weren't here at my apartment, I would rather have it there, because that's where I like to bike around. So I started my art project, went on a bike ride. While I was on the bike ride, Parkour texted me and he was like, "Hey, what if I come over later and we play Roblox?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." Um, and then I was like, "Do you also want to try?" I got some hard root beer from Aldi. very excited to try that. He was like, sure. So we played Roblox. We played this game called, I believe it's called Dive Down. I won't explain all of it because I'm looking at this recording and it's at 22 minutes. But we played Roblox. It was a lot of fun. We had the hard root beer. Ink also had the hard root beer and also played with us. That was a lot of fun. We had a cigarette out on the balcony. I only had one. I think Parkour and Ink might have had two, maybe. Then after that, we came in. We watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. Very good show, peak show. Also, Parkour slept over. I was not aware of that. But like, oh, like I wasn't told that like before he came over. But honestly, I don't mind. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was loads of fun. It was just a little weird to me that neither him nor Ink told me that he was sleeping over until it was like late. It was like 11, and then he had a pillow on the couch, and I was like, oh, cool. I guess he's sleeping over. And then that leads us to today. That's why I woke up late. Is because I was up till 3 a.m. having a blast with friends. And yeah, now it's 11:08. I've got to make lunch for tomorrow. I really want to shower, but at the same time, it's like the longer I stay up, the more tired I'm probably gonna be in the morning. And I was actually on a walk with Pouty earlier in the week, and she was like, "Don't stay up late and then think it won't affect you in the morning because it will." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So, such is life. Yeah, I remember this entry was written in like a haze. You see, there's whoops right there. There's just keywords. I didn't even write the date or the time. Um, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. My brain is racing, trying to think what do I do before 22 minutes. That's pretty much how much time I have. I could definitely make a sandwich in that time. Definitely can't do a whole shower in that time, especially because I want to wash my hair. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll make a sandwich and go to bed. I'll take some melatonin, not 10 milligrams, because I remember in the past I was like, oh, 5 milligrams of melatonin is definitely too little, and then I started taking 10, and I was like, oh yeah, 10 feels good, but then 10 started feeling bad, and then I took 5, and then 5 felt good, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me, because like I said, I would only take it once a week, so I built up that data very slowly. But I was like, I'll take 5, bad results. I'll take 5, didn't like it. Take 5, didn't like it. Try 10, 10's good. Take 10 again, 10's good. I take 10 again, 10's good. I take 10 again, 10's not good. I take 10 again, 10's not good. I take 10 again, 10's not good. I'm like, okay, let me try 5 again. I take 5, 5's good. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Yeah. So I'll take 5 tonight. And I'll make a sandwich. And actually, let me look at my art project. Oh yeah, it's on this big old thing right here. Holy moly. Let me take a peek at it. Whoops, not there. Here it is. Yeah. I hope it turns out good. I'll show it to you when it's done. Back in here. Perfect. Okay. I believe that's everything. Man. Oh, shoot, this thing didn't go in here all the way. Oh, because there's a ruler in the way. Oh my gosh. Frack. Get this out of here. And then put this. Oh yeah, this art project that I'm doing. I'll talk about it in length once it's done, but the setup and the prep was a little bit more than I remember. Like, I was like, oh man, I forgot that there was so much, I forgot there was so much prep needed for this project. Yeah, like I said, hopefully it turns out good. Ooh. I think we're good. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next week. Oh, I still want a signing out. I want something to say when I sign out. Because I have the signing in, the hello, which is hello, welcome back to the Chronicle, where I talk about my, you've heard it before. That's my kind of like my greeting now. But I don't have a signing out yet. I know I've talked about one before. But yeah, because I think it would be kind of fun to do a little sign off that's like specific to each week. That would be fun. Like I know I listen to a podcast, and that's what one of the guys does whenever he ends the podcast. Is he does like a little quip or whatever, a funny little one-liner, based off of the episode that the podcast was about that week. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll have to think of one. I can't think of one right now. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.